Good morning, everybody. Glad to have you with me this morning. Thank you for taking a few moments. If you want to follow along, you can find your place in the book of Genesis, the 13th chapter. We'll start that chapter this morning. As you're locating that, if you will, like, share, comment on the post, and then we will pick up with Abram as he comes up out of Egypt. As he comes up, he and his wife and all that he had, and Lot with him into the Negev. Now, Abram was very rich in livestock, in silver, and in gold. And he journeyed on from the Negev as far as Bethel to the place where his tent had been at the beginning, between Bethel and Ai, to the place where he had made an altar at the first, and there Abram called upon the name of the Lord. So there gives a background of the story here. Again, they're now leaving Egypt. All those events have transpired, and they come up out of Egypt. And Bible points out that he brings his wife and all that he has. And verse 2 tells us what he has. He has a lot of livestock, silver, and gold. And there's going to be some problems because of that. If you know the story, the issue is going to be not the silver and the gold, but the livestock. He and Lot are going to have problems over the water, the grass, of taking care of their livestock. But what I want you to notice this morning is something that kind of slips in here. We're kind of so caught up here in the story of all that went on with Abram and Sarah and Pharaoh, and heading into the story of Lot and Abram dividing and going in their separate ways. That it's easy to miss this, but I think it's important because two different ways God brings this up in this text. As they journey, he says he goes back to Bethel, where his tent had been at the beginning. And then in the very next line, it says he went to the place where he made an altar at the first. Abram has made this journey off to Egypt. He's got into this mess by lying about his wife and saying that she was his sister. And now he's headed home. He goes back here to the place he was at the beginning, where he made an altar at the first. I don't think those two words are right there together by accident. I think God is pointing out for us this path that all of us occasionally need to travel. That we need to get back. We say it different ways. We talk about getting back to the basics, some of those kind of things. And Abram is doing that, going back again to the place where he first made an altar, going back to the place where he was at the beginning. Over time, he's wandered off. The famine in the land, the trouble had got him off down to Egypt and all the things that went on there. But now he's going back. He's going back home. He's going back to where the promised land. He's going back to where he built the altar. And so of all the places, think about it. He could have went back. There's several places he could have went. He could have went back to He could have went to Haran. He could have went anywhere. But he goes back to the place where God had originally been leading him. Again, they'd been to Egypt. They'd seen the world. They've seen all the things that the world has to offer. They've bought their ticket and they've took their ride, so to speak. And so now they're getting out of there and they're going back to the place where it all began, going back to where he built this altar. In my mind, the picture I have here is a broken man. The picture I have here is a man who is he's been broken. He's tried it his way. He's went to Egypt and he's tried, to get to go to Egypt on his own. He's made up this story about his wife on his own. And during all of that, we don't see anywhere. Abram, one of the things we see about him, we see of his life on a number of occasions, is him building altars. Don't see any altars being built when he was on this in this little phase of his life. But now we see him going back to the place of the beginning, back to where it all started, back to where he had built an altar. I think what you see again is a man who is broken. He is repenting. He is going back to the Lord. And it says here very plainly, and there Abram called upon the name of the Lord. He's been to Egypt. Again, he's been there. Was the other saying, been there, done that. He's tried those things, and those things didn't work out in his life. When he tried to do things his way, when he tried to govern, he tried to make his own decisions, those things didn't work. But here, after that experience, he goes back, and he calls on the name of the Lord. All of us, on occasion, need to stop and say, do I need to get back to the place of beginning? Do I need to get back to where God has called me to be? I heard, gentlemen, some of you may or may not know the name, Dr. Morris Chapman. He was at one point the president of the executive committee for the Southern Baptist Convention, but long before that, he was just running for office, one of the elected offices in our convention, and he was traveling through this area, and I heard him say something one time that has stuck in my head. I could take you to the spot, take you to the church where we were at. He said, every organization that has ever been created has drifted left in its time unless somebody corrected its course. And not only organizations, but individuals. We tend to drift away from where we first started. Abram did that and had to get back to that place. I'm going to ask you this morning to take maybe a few moments and say, Lord, do I need to get back? Do I need to get back to you? Do I need to return? Do I need to call on your name? That's between you and God. You think about it. Have a good day. We'll see you here